Now, a lot has been happening in our country of late. For the past 2 weeks, we've seen demonstrations, we've seen people picketing democratically, peacefully. But it's so sad that we now have to accommodate the fact that we've lost very innocent people, young Kenyans. But the government is still not accepting that it's on the wrong side. I'm sure most of you have watched the presidential interview yesterday, whereby it was Citizen and TV. Yeah, Citizen and TV and what, KTN. Yeah. Well, now one thing with the video, with that interview, like, have you ever seen somebody who's a pathological liar? That's what I can say. Like, I really wish people who had voted for this guy wangeread in between the lines of, like, studying a human being, studying human interaction. Like, hey, have you ever seen somebody mwenye kubali kabisa ku accept like he's on the wrong side? That's what I got. I watched that thing like twice. Yesterday night ikiwa live, and also in the morning. Like, I just could dissect hizi vitu kabisa. It's so sad when somebody is being asked about people who have lost their lives, but he immediately jumps into we've lost property. You can't compare property with people. I understand that there's some people who, yes, have lost a lot of valuables worth thousands and millions from their businesses, from these demonstrations. The truth be said, like, if you look at the first phase here, the demonstrations, they were very peaceful. There was hakukuwa na mtu mwenye ameshutiwa. Like, they were very peaceful. You would go there, nobody was robbed. But the last one was really bad. But if you look at what Kenyans are looking for, especially in a president, yeah, the president is like the father of the country. He's like the father of the country. But this guy, honestly, he has no remorse. That's what I can say. I don't think he has any remorse. Like, if you compare the two statements that he made immediately that night, whereby Parliament was banned and Sakaja's office and whatnot. Now, if you compare Ruto's statement and Gachagwa's statement, yani unaweza prefer Gachagua ako president. Like this Sakaja said, Eddie, Ruto has made these things so bad that you see Gachagua as the correct person. What do I say? Like, sometimes as a father, yes, you have to be tough, dear, but remorse, you have to show that you care. Like, yes, this happened. Si kukata like, the problem with this government and this regime is that they love to justify themselves. Hawatakangi kuonekana that they made a mistake. And a big shout out to the 3 journalists who interviewed him, especially Linus. Linus really, I love the fact that they did not allow him to dilly-dally the way he loves. Like, unamuuliza hii swali, hajibu, ana jump into the other one. Now, the truth is, right now Kenyans have seen through the lies of this guy. You can only lie as much, but itafika point whereby your lies imefika the graph has gone up, sasa inarudi tu chini. Because if you promise people something with a lot of vibe, a lot of energy, and they believe in you, which was the case whereby a lot of people who voted for this guy like just fell for his lies. Like me personally, I used to see those campaigns and I was like, really, as if, like, you're lying. Honestly, you're lying. It reached a point whereby like he even forgot the kind of lies he was saying. That's how bad it was. Like, you lie, you'll do something, you overpromise, but when it comes to delivery, you're not doing anything. And I'm not saying that the seat of a president, the presidency seat at its easy. Hata mimi labda unaweza niweka hapo na nishindwe kuiran. I'm not saying that it's a very good seat, but one thing also, if you look at the people who surround this guy, they're just licking his ass. That's the truth. Those are people who don't want to tell him the truth because they fear losing their job. Those are the people who fear letting him be like hold accountable. Because let's face it, most of the people who are in government right now are political friends. What's the word that they use? Political something. Yani, I helped you campaign. Yeah, mimi niko kwa hii kiti. So even whatever I'm doing, like you don't have any right or any say kuiongelelea. No, that's the problem. And that's one thing that I love about the new revolution that's on board. People are not prone into hiyo mischief ya kitambo ya ama Luo ama Kikuyu. Like, you'd promise you're going to do this, do it. This is not about political. I think the worst mistake he did was employing his friends. Because I think right now also himself, he can't make certain decisions because he owes people. He owes people goodies. Okay, mimi nikiingia hivi utaget hii. Like, it's like this guy is a good businessman. Anajua kuingiza watu box, but when it comes to now doing the thing, it's hard for him. I don't know if he thought that the presidency was going to be like a walk in the park or something. I don't know what was in his mind, because it's as though like ilimshtua. If you see how like things are being run, even from yesterday's interview, the way he was answering questions, like, okay, that maybe we need to look into that. Maybe I did something. As in, from the word go, kwani huko unaona hizo ni mistakes. Like, from the word go, like, not even to take sides, but if you compare how as a statesman Uhuru was, like, with everything that with every bad thing pia alifanya, but you can't compare a statesman. Like, Ruto is not a statesman. He only loves PR ndo kitu wenye anapenda sana. If you looked at yesterday, like, I've never seen somebody who dodges questions kama umse. You ask him about apples, he will answer you with oranges. That's one thing about him. It's something that he really is good at kabisa. But I'm really glad that people have woken up. People have really woken up right now, and it's high time the whole system be broken. If this guy was really serious about, somebody was telling me that as a president in Africa, like, take a look at Magufuli, what he did in 2 years. Just 2 years. Because the first thing in an African state you have to fight is the corrupt leaders, the corrupt institutions, hizi maparastatal, those corrupt, hizo vitu corrupt. Secondly, we can't be in Africa where everybody is aspiring to be a leader in the parliament or in the government because it pays well. Like, everybody in Africa wants to join the government because they know it pays well. We can't have the high, I think after Nigeria, I don't know, I'll get my facts right, but I think it's after Nigeria whereby we have the highest paid members of cabinet and members of parliament, highest, if I'm not wrong. You can correct me in the comment section. But like, our government spends more on people who are also corrupt. Like, I'll take an example of where I live right now. Like, there's a road that imespoil, especially the time mvua ilikuwa inanyesha sana, like imespoil kabisa. Now, somebody in the parliament who's representing us anataka pia kickbacks, or maybe he owns a company that does recarpeting na manini, so they'll come distance ya 2 kilometers itakotiwa 10 times even what's supposed to be quoted. Like, compare, like if you go to states, you'll find roads that were built in the 60s ziko, but the only thing that's been done is maintenance. Here you'll get an MP amechukua contractor shedi, ameweka tu kitu, like after 1 year ishachibuka. See, those are like, I think Ruto should have started with the system, but yeye mwenyewe hawezi anza na ku break down the system if he himself is corrupt. The people around him are corrupt, and Kenyans are tired. Kenyans are really tired. We are tired of it. Started off with the finance bill, but it's more than the finance bill. People are tired with the system. People are tired with people showing off, like, hey bro, jamaa anaonesha anachanga 20M ni kama amebuy soda kwa cafe ban, yet you're saying that you will impose taxes. Well, first of all, where do they get that kind of money? We've only seen these people rise in politics kidogo. Like, where do they get that kind of money? Politicians should be audited. In fact, I was saying, like, for example, hii mambo ya politicians kukuwa na social media on their personal page, they should have a personal page whereby it's only the account is about the what is it called, ni constituency or something. Instead of a personal page, show us what we've done. As kama ni Dagoreti, wako na page ya Dagoreti. Instead of, we don't want to look at you, we don't want to look at your watches, we don't want to look at your cars. You're very stupid if you're showing us driving your Range Rovers and everything, na watu wako kwa madaro, my classes are very shady. Like, you're driving a car worth more than county yako. Like, yani, people need to be audited. This country, for too long, corruption imekuwa the drain of everything, and that's what people are fighting for. People are fighting the system right now. Same about a finance bill, like they said, hatukutaki. That's the thing. We just don't want you. Like, honestly, we just don't want you. You guys, I hope you watched the interview in the morning. Kwangu, I think he made a mistake even inviting people to that interview, because he did a bad job. He did a very bad job. Yani, it's like alikuwa anataka kujijustify. I mean, like, how, I don't think even from the statement that he sounded sorry for the families that lost their loved ones. He was justifying. You know, somebody said any president who has to opt for the last option, so for example his last option is KDF, that means that state imeanguka. But these are just simple demonstrations. How can it be the last option to use KDF if it be, as in any, I think he doesn't know how to be a statesman. You can't compare this guy to other presidents. He's so good with PR. Mimi ningekuwa preso ningemwandika kama minister for propaganda. Anafaa kuandikwa kama minister, angekuwa minister wa propaganda, because he's good with that kabisa. But running a state, I don't think that guy is capable. He is smart in his own way, let me not kid you. Hata mimi jana nilikuwa na watch hiyo kitu, like kidogo uko almost immersed into his lies, then unajichapa kofi kwa like wezo his line. And that's why I'm saying the journalist did a good job, because alikuwa amezoea kuongea in a certain way, but anaongea vitu more that don't make sense. But the journalists were like, yo, let's stick to the question. Is it when? Mood. Like he was told that 24 people have died, but he's insisting 19 people have died, as though bado ni kitu fair. As hapana, si watu 24 ni 19. Even if ni hao 19, you haven't said anything. Unaget, like you haven't done anything. Umeongea tu. As yani alikuwa anajustify, okay, even if it was one person, one life lost is a lot. It's one too many, one. But the way he sounded, it's like, I'm not here. Staki kwa acknowledge kanya nyinyi mnasema. Another thing I wanted to question is when he said that he made his he decided that the police force is going to be an independent board. Yeah, that's okay, but will you let people run an independent board wrongly just because you said so? Utafuatilia like hata moyo hakuwa hivyo bana. So as it you let people run an independent board, so they make their decisions. So if they decide to shoot people, they decided to shoot people because it's an independent board. What was he trying to say? It's like it's another arm of the government that works on itself. Anyhow, mi siko hapo. So if the commander in chief or whatever, the police commissioner decides to do anything, it's justified because it's an independent board. I mean, that just shows how uko tu kwa hiyo kiti just cause uko kwa hiyo kiti tu. But anyways, we don't need to lose any more lives. But yet again, the revolution has started and it won't stop. Hata kama like hatatoka sai, but I kid you not, whatever sparked the last 2 weeks, at least imemuonesha that he himself also should be scared. Like I think he was just floating with the boat, alikuwa anaenda tu akifikiria all the lies zitaendelea, nyamaze nini. Kila kitu iko na mwisho wake, na siku za mwizi ni 40. It's so sad, like ako in his second year, masijini what year of presidency, but it's like it's like any hatuna president, like yuko tu. Sometimes I wonder like hii nchi how it's run you ask somebody a question about fake fertilizers. But once again, I want to shout out to Linus and the other two. they walimweka on toes. But let's take it back. Like I wish this guy was just an honest guy. Maybe some of his things would work. Me always say, like, if the system in Kenya was a corrupt free country, like corruption equal less, the institutions are working well, like we see where our taxes are going. Trust me, unaweza implement something but people will know that it will work, but you can't implement something when the system is broke. Yeah. Anyways, so kesho ni Tuesday. Let's see what it will bring. Stay safe, everyone. But remember, if you're smarter, they won't do anything to you. These politicians love people who are dumb. I was talking to a friend and alikuwa ananiambia, right now a lot of young people are in Kenya. Those are the same people who are going to vote in 2027. But then you need to vote. Take your votes. Now, it was just a theory from him. Alikuwa anasema maybe, just maybe, the reason why this guy is also trying to take young people to Saudi Arabia for work nini, it's because anatry ku depreciate a certain age group, wabaki wale wazee ndo waweze kuwa danganya. But that's just a theory. Thanks again. This is Una Get Podcast.